Oh my. Yeah. What's going on? What is going on? What's going on, everybody? Listen, before we get started, go ahead and share real quick if you don't mind. I'm doing that now. This will not be long as we go ahead and celebrate. Let y'all guys make it long. We got a lot to talk about. You knew I was coming. I didn't come at the end of the show. What's up, Conscious? I'm just gonna go on with some of these pleasantries out the way. Kevin Carter, one of the great inspirations that I have met in the last probably 2 years or so. Great brother, great story, great inspiration. What's up, brother? Hello to everybody. Talib in the house. Podbean is in the house. G Poo Man, what is up? What's going on, everybody? Podbean. Y'all go ahead and share as y'all pop in if y'all don't mind. If y'all don't mind helping your boy out. Come on, share it real quick if you don't mind. Let's go ahead and talk. Let me say this to Cowboy Nation, because what I have found out about this fan base, and I used to be like this too. What's up, Mike? What's up, Michael Rogers? What's going on? Listen, I used to be like some of the people that I'm seeing. I'm just gonna go ahead and start hit a home run from the top. I'm just go ahead and start it. Listen, I used to be like the Cowboy fan that was never satisfied, critique everything, dot every I, cross every T. I used to be like some of you are now. I used to be like that. That stuff used to run my blood pressure up. I had to let go. E Kush, what's up, brother? I see you. I had to let it go. I'm not. I'm emotionally involved. I'm attached, but I've been a Cowboy fan long enough to know that you got to stay somewhat cool. You have to be satisfied. Let me start it off like this, y'all. And this really is for Cow. I ain't worried about the haters. This really for Cowboy Nation. We are 9-4. We are not 4-9. I had to start it off like that because if you listen to some of our brothers and sisters in Cowboy land, the way that we talk, some of us are talking, it's like we're getting ready for the NFL draft. We are 9-4. We are not 4-9. Presently speaking, 9-4 is one. It makes no difference what conference you're in. The Cowboy record is one of the best in the entire league. May I remind you of what we were last year? Hello. Hello. Do y'all remember last year? Do, do you remember the year before that? I know we all can critique, and I'm going to do a little bit of that. But through all the critique, please keep in mind we are 9-4, not 4-9. Okay. Yes, we're gonna talk about some things. No question about it. We're gonna do a little bit of that. But let's start it off with that. We are 9-4. We're not getting ready for the NFL draft. We're getting ready for the playoffs. Did I just say playoffs? The very. We ain't been enough. We're not consistent enough to even mention that word, playoffs. Hey Mike, I see you're in Pennsylvania. Okay, appreciate you popping in. Look, we ain't been consistent. We're trying to develop a culture of consistency. Do y'all understand that? You got to crawl before you walk. And as good as we are, talent wise, we still crawling. We're trying to develop a winning culture. That's the first thing. Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, Kellen Moore have so far they've done it. Games like yesterday are games we usually find a way to lose. And I know some of y'all saying we almost did. Well, we did lose. We won. We won. These are the games that we were losing. All these close nail biting games, we won. Let's get a little excited that we 9-4. I remember if you've been following me, I said get me to 10 wins. 10 wins usually means you're in the playoffs. That's all I wanted. If we can get 10 wins, good. Division championship next. All right. Listen, the game that we had yesterday, keep in mind the game that we had. Usually the Cowboys, at least the last 12 to 15 years, usually lose a game like that to bring all this drama in for when we play them again in a couple weeks. That would have been a one-game lead, and everybody, the narrative would have been, oh my God, they're one game. They played so well. They only got one game, and can you believe it? Washington can tie up the Cowboys now with a victory in Dallas. Those are the games that we usually lose. Instead, we padded our lead. We're up 3 games. 3 games. What is the first goal? The first goal of the season is win your division. Everybody, I know everybody want to skip forward to the divisional round and the Super Bowl and all that. Listen. The first goal is still very much and closer in reach. The division. Let's close out the division. That's the goal right now. That's that, win. Just win. We did it. All right. We 9-4. All right. Let's go ahead and cement in concrete and say, okay, let us get these little Rudy Poot hats that say Cowboys NFC East Division Champions. Let's get that out the way first. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get ready. Craig Burton, who's a Giant fan, I see you know you ain't got no business coming here. You already know y'all next on the list, just like it was before. You already know you're in trouble. So we don't. I got a Giant fan, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Craig Burton here, who he already know you in trouble. You know you are. Okay, that's my take on the Giants so far. You in trouble, Craig. Get ready for it. Okay. Uh, Give me 10 wins. Now, I got that out the way. I hope I planted that in your head. First things first, win your division. That's the goal. We're getting very close to that. Very close. I think it should be over. Okay? Now, let's look at yesterday. Now, I guess this is where all you guys we can go in and critique a little bit. You know, on this show, I don't mind critiquing. I just gonna tell you the truth though. Here it is. Here it is. I told you guys Saturday that there was about to be a shift. If you remember, I told you guys the shift was about to happen. I told you that the defense is about to be the most dominant unit on this team. Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I know if you watched me Saturday, I told you it's gonna be like a seesaw, and the offense is just gonna be going down this way, and the defense is just gonna skyrocket. I believe we called it, didn't we? E. Kush on here. Me and E. Kush were absolutely 100% on the bullseye. We told y'all. We told y'all that the defense was gonna have at least 5 sacks. They had 5 sacks. We told you there was going to be some turnovers that game. I believe it was 2 turnovers. Me and E. Cooks were right. Some of you said we were going to get 6 sacks. I wish we would have. It would really have been ridiculous then. Let's go to the strong point because I already know what some of you want to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw on Sunday is what we're getting ready to see, barring, of course, if they can stay healthy. If these guys on this defense can stay healthy, you are going to see this every week. Why? Because you can't stop it. It's too much. It's too much. It's just too much. I totally forgot about Dorrance Armstrong was going to be playing. I mean, that just add more icing to the cake. But the combination of DeMarcus Lawrence, Neville Gallimore, Osi, Tristan Hill, and Randy Gregory and Michael Parsons on the field at the same time, that was unguardable. You can't guard that. The quarterback is gonna get hit. Okay. No, I ain't gonna block Craig. He's a Giant fan, Tavis. I see what he's saying. He's a Giant fan. He know they're in trouble. This on time. See, let him talk now, because see when Sunday come on, he ain't gonna even turn the TV on. You ain't gotta worry about that. Let him talk. I've known him a long time. He's just a Giant fan. He hoping, he hoping above hope that some kind of way that Mike Glennon can do, all this kind of stuff. But this defense, that front seven is going to be lethal. I don't even want to talk about Gregory. I mean, I didn't expect Gregory to be that lethal. Sometimes it take a little time to get into it, but I guess you shouldn't be surprised because he has such incredible ability, athletic ability. It shouldn't be a surprise. 2 sacks, 1 interception, 1 batted by. I mean, come on, man. Ain't played in 4-5 weeks. Just nasty. D-Law, constant pressure. D-Law got a sack. Gallimore, first game back. Oh my God, he got a sack. And then of course the monster that we have, the player that just is a game wrecker. And we got 2 of them. We really got 3. We really have 3 game records on this team. One is just incredibly special, and Randy Gregory is incredibly special too, and D Law is nasty also. But we got 3 game records on this defense that can change a game completely. But Michael Parsons, man, look, I oh, come on, y'all. Michael Parsons, man, is unreal. It is safe to say after Sunday that not only is he, defensive rookie of the year has been wrapped up for the last, 3-4 weeks now. That's done. He is definitely in the conversation for defensive player of the year, with probably Myles Garrett. That's it. TJ Watt didn't play Sunday. I think Michael Parsons is taking over his spot. I think the conversation now between him and Myles Garrett for defensive player of the year, and Michael Parsons in his rookie year will be a first team All Pro this year. We will have 2 first team All Pros on this defense. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you become dominant. Lord have mercy, Diggs will be a first team All Pro. Michael Parsons will be a first team All Pro. And I'm going to go ahead and say this: if Randy Gregory didn't get hurt earlier, he would have been an All Pro this year, because he can't be stopped either. So I mean, this defense is about to get real crazy. But you know what the best thing that I saw? If you was with me Saturday, I told y'all that I had sent out an APB, a missing persons report, for one LVE. Didn't I tell y'all that? I said that the front seven would be incredible only if Leighton Vander Esch finally decides to join the party. I know I told y'all that. And I be dang. He showed up Sunday. Without a doubt, he was lethal. LVE was lethal. And the same way I talked about him, I got to come on tonight and do nothing but salute to him. I got to salute him tonight because LVE was outstanding. I see you, G Poo man. I'm gonna get to Dak in a minute. I know everybody want to talk about Dak. This man was everywhere. He was everywhere. I know we done talked about him bad. I asked for him. They found him in Washington. He showed up, and he showed out. He did do it. He showed up for us tremendously. So this front seven is about to be crazy. Michael Parsons is so dangerous, man. Is that everybody keep talking about him on the edge, and I was one of them too. I know he crazy when he on the edge, but he just as lethal coming up the middle. I mean, and I was saying at first, he need to be on the edge. He don't need to be playing linebacker because it takes away his potency on defense. That stuff has changed now. He is just as lethal coming up the middle than he is. I mean, just like he is coming off the edge. Wherever you put him, he's gonna dominate. We saw it again. We knocked out their quarterback. Mr. Lord have mercy Diggs. Do y'all know that Terry McLaughlin didn't catch a pass? Huh? He didn't catch a pass. I mean, locked him up. These guys are about getting ready to take it to another notch. So that's only going to get better and better. I think it was 64 snaps. I had a meme that I saw earlier. 64 snaps. Parsons only played, not Parsons, I mean Randy Gregory didn't even play half of them. So as the weeks go on, they're going to play more and more. This thing about to really crank up. This defense about to take over this team, which is sad because have you ever seen an offense who looked one way and now it look like they ain't even practice football now? Now, some of y'all finna get mad now. I've never seen an offense. I mean, for an offense that was moving the ball so well, now all of a sudden can't move it at all. For a team that was scoring at will, now reduced the field goals now. Struggling. I mean, in every phase. In every phase on offense, it's like, and it's the total opposite. The defense is skyrocketing, and the offense is playing below average. And when you look at the offense and see what we have, playing below average should not be an option. I'm not making no excuses for nobody. And yes, that includes, oh yeah, we'll start off with the leader. Yeah, y'all know I'm coming. Here I come. I know some of y'all. I know. You got to call it like it is. We'll start off with the leader. We'll move on down. We'll start off with the leader. Dak. Horrible game. Yeah, it was. It was a horrible game. Horrible game. He was not right. A lot of folks still question about his calf. It wasn't his calf. He had just made some bad decisions. He did. Y'all know it and I know it. He just made some bad decisions. That's not how he is. That's really not how he plays. But on this Sunday, on Sunday, Yesterday, he played horrible. He did. You got to call it like it is. That's not him, um, but it was him yesterday. Didn't play good at all. And it almost cost us. Almost, but thanks again to our defense and Randy Gregory at the end shutting it down. That thing we did, it took away the little drama. Um, but Dak didn't play well at all. That's just bottom line. Y'all know it. I know it. There's no sense of debating. But here's what I've seen now from Cowboy fans. You know what the real problem is with Dak and people coming down on him? See, this is where um, the expectations of him after the contract come taking place because see, people been waiting to throw a bullet at Dak. Want to throw a javelin at him anyway. Because number one, we still have many Cowboy fans who number one don't feel like he deserved the contract that he got. Let's just be honest and true. But it's because he got that money. The expectations are that he is supposed to be on the level of Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. And that's where they automatically put him there because of the money that he got. And so anything that doesn't look like a Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady, Dak gets crucified. And that's wrong. That's wrong. Dak is Dak. Nobody ever said that he was Aaron Rodgers. Nobody, if you did say it, God bless you, but he's not Brady. He's not Rodgers. But he ain't Mike Glennon either. He's not Daniel Jones either. Dak is still, my view, of course, a top 5 quarterback. Yeah, he is. He just had a bad game. The bottom line. Now, here's and I know what he could say is he could say is honestly for what he gets paid, he's not allowed to have all days. Maybe 1 or 2 a year, but not like this. He's paid to lead this team. Kush is right, actually. That is part of, let me put his comment up there so y'all can see what he said. Now I know y'all don't like it, but it's just the truth. When you're the man like this, this is a perfect, almost a perfect description of the expectations that this kind of quarterback should be having. Read it again, y'all. There it is for the screen. I know to get your feelings out the way. Podbean, I'm gonna read it to you. My brother Eka says, honestly, for what he gets paid, talking about Dak, he's not allowed to have off days. You can stop right there, to be honest with you. When you are the man like that, you don't get too many boo-boos. You don't. You don't get too many. You don't. When you get paid like Mahomes, when you get paid like Rodgers, and you get paid, Brady don't get paid because he sacrifices. But when you get paid like those guys, the expectation is you don't get a chance to have a B game. You don't get a chance to do that. You don't get a chance. When you get paid like this, you don't get too many chances to have bad games. The expectation is that you on point every game. That's sorry. You don't get to have Kirk Cousins expectations. And Kirk is pretty good. But Kirk Cousins don't have Aaron Rodgers type expectations. Dak Prescott does. That's the difference. Kirk Cousins throws for almost 4,200 yards a year, 30 touchdowns every year. 11, 12 interceptions every year, but he don't have the expectations like a Aaron Rodgers or the expectations like a Brady or a Mahomes. Those three guys there every year, I consider the saying one of these three is going to carry their team. Notice the language. They're going to carry their team to the Super Bowl. That is the expectations of guys like that. Okay? Dak is on that level. And so when you get to that level, when you say you're a top 3, top 4, top 5 quarterback, these are the expectations that you have. You don't get you don't get you don't get chances to have a lot of weeks of bad games. And let's be honest with you, he hasn't had a lot of bad games. It's just that Cowboy fans want 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and all that kind of stuff. Dak, we would be wondering if Dak only throw for 220 yards. We'd be saying like, he did all right, but come on now. Dak is a lightning rod, man. That's what it is. It's just what comes along with the contract. It comes along. This is what they're gonna judge you by. It is what it is. Now, let's be a part. Everybody's saying I'm saying it. I'm saying it. I'm not ignoring it. I was gonna walk down the line, but y'all beat me to the punch. The offensive line is not playing well at all. At all. Which is a big part. I mean, if your quarterback can't do too much if your offensive line is not right now. They messed up, and now in hindsight, as crazy as it may sound, the problems of the offensive line really started showing up once they took Connor Williams out. I can say that now. It started going downhill now. Okay. Okay. Uh, that's just what I'm saying. The continuity is not there. The offensive line, they're not blowing people off the ball. It is what it is. Tyron Smith, who's out again, won't be playing this Sunday. Guess what? We all know, if you're a Cowboy fan, when Tyron Smith does not play, we just not right. Even when Tyron Smith is not 100% healthy, as long as he in the game, it just seems like the offensive line just runs a whole lot smoother. When he's not in the game, we got some serious issues. We getting ready to see again Tyron Smith be out. Is hopefully whether it's Todd Nitschke or if they move, if it's still out there, whoever it is, we just hope that they can hold up against the Giants, and don't make whoever that is that's going to be playing against our left tackle make them a superstar for one day. Because I've seen how this offensive line works without Tyron Smith, and it's not right. Hopefully, Ty Nitschke, can go ahead and handle the job since he played it Sunday when Tyron went out. Hopefully, he can get himself together. Okay, so it's not all on that. It's all on. It's all also on the offensive line, and I'm going somewhere with all this. Ezekiel Elliott. I don't know what else people want to see, man. Zeke looked good starting off, but just like every other game, he made that, got hit in his knee, and guess what? He started limping off again. And I'm saying, like, what y'all want the man to do? Do you want his knee to fall off before y'all finally figure out that this man needs to sit down somewhere? I mean, I just don't. I just don't. I don't know what it is. He gets hurt in his knee every single week. He's good for maybe about the first one or two series, about the first two series. And then he gets tackled, and then he hops off the field. He's done it every game for about the last 4 to 5, 6 weeks. He did it again like that. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Which led, of course, to what I've been asking for. Please let Clements run the ball. I knew that. I was glad to see him step in. And Clements ran the ball effectively. He did. Tony Pollard didn't play. Clements ran the ball well. No doubt about it. Uh, Zeke ran the ball well at first. He did. And then they had to send him out. So I was impressed with Clements the way he ran the ball. But here's the real meat to me. Now you guys may have a different perspective. I've been saying it for the last 2 years, and once again, it shows up. Kellen Moore, man, is a real problem for me. You're up 24, whatever it is. The pick six that Dak threw when he threw the pick six. The game was in full control. We was in the fourth quarter. Why is he running a bootleg when you're supposed to run the ball? I mean, just why are you passing it when you could have just? I mean, what? The play calling is horrible. The play calling is horrible. But it ain't no surprise to me because I've been telling y'all for years. Everybody has this strange concept. Number one, that Kellen Moore's philosophy is all of a sudden is getting ready to change. Kellen Moore is not a running game coordinator. He never has been. Why is everybody expecting us to run the ball like we got Derrick Henry in the backfield? You know, Derrick Henry, when he's healthy, gets the ball between 25 to 30 some odd times a game. And they just pound you all game. That ain't Kellen Moore. That ain't that. And we got Zeke Elliott back there. Why are we, another game like this? I mean, why are we expecting him to just act like he ain't gonna throw the ball? It's just ridiculous. When he run it, he shouldn't run it. When he pass it, he should be running. This is the same thing. And once again, his main thing that I've always said about him. Yes, Kellen Moore can move the football. I'm not going to act like that's not the case. But when he gets to the 20-yard line, in other words, the red zone, he is the worst play calling offensive coordinator in the league. Just ain't no doubt about it. He try to get cute. He calls plays that you just don't understand. When he should run it, he's still first down and goal. First down inside the 20, shotgun. Second down, shotgun. Third down, shotgun. No running at all, just pass. Field goal, 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 field goal. This is the Kellen Moore that I always know. From your 20 to the opponent's 20, Kellen Moore, that's where all his stats come from. He can move it there. But when they're inside the 20, oh my God. He nowhere to be found. He showed up again yesterday. Now, why is that a problem? Because we are going to the playoffs. Please understand that all these field goals, if you're talking about winning in the playoffs, oh yeah, you got to score. You going to score now. You can't do what. Oh, I see right there. There he Kush. He could say this: we were 1 for 6 in the red zone yesterday. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna get to know. You're not gonna be a major contender in the playoffs if you can't score in the red zone. That is Kellen Moore's Achilles heel. To me, it ain't just started. I always have said that the talent level for the Cowboys will have to override some of the bad play calls that have been called. In other words, it's 3rd and 12. Kellen Moore calls a bubble screen. Well, that means that the wide receiver is going to have to make one great effort and could bust a bubble screen for 50 yards. But that's the talent of the team. It was a bad play call. Why don't you throw the ball down the field? Why are you running a screenplay? Well, you throwing just a little dump pass and then Zeke or Tony Pollard had to make it happen after that. That's where the talent overrides the play call. It's really just that simple. Kelly, that's a Cooper catches a 5-yard slant, but busted for 75 yards. And then we say, whoa, Kellen Moore is such a great play caller. No, your talent level just took over. Your talent level took over. It's not that he just great. I mean, it's just that it's just horrible, man. I've been saying this about Kellen Moore for a while. Now it was all fine and dandy. We was blowing folks out early in the year because we were just the guys were just on fire. Now you got to go ahead and work it out. Yeah, we winning. We're 9-4. But if you're talking about getting past the first round or making it out the first round, and we're gonna be at home once we clinch this division. But let me just say this: the way it's looking now, okay, uh, we're either gonna be playing in the first round, either the Rams and quite possibly the San Francisco 49ers, the way they playing right now. And let me just go ahead and tell you now. I know, I don't trust Jimmy G, but good Lord, they can run the football. You got to score, man. When you talking about, since there's a lot of folks skipping and looking at the Super Bowl and all that, you're going to have to score against Aaron Rodgers. You're going to have to score against Tampa Bay. Especially since those two games probably will be on the road. You're going to have to score. You go 1 for 6 in the playoffs against those two guys, you're going to get beat at least by 14 to 17 points. That's just the truth. Y'all know it too. So, but a little optimism. We got 4 to 5 weeks to get this stuff straight. It would help if we can find an offensive line that can stay healthy. But you got to play with the hand that's dealt you. Everybody going through something. Some of you are watching the Ram game now. It's unbelievable what COVID has done. Look at the Rams. They've been, good Lord. Jalen Ramsey out. Darrell Henderson out. Tyler Higbee out. These are 3 of your main starters it's unbelievable what's going on. We have to get it straight. It'll be a shame to have this defense get as hot as it's going to get. It's going to get even hotter. And then have the offense just go straight down like it is, slowly but surely. If I'm playing well below average. And when you look at the talent level, as I said before, there really ain't too many excuses. There's nothing wrong with that. He just made a few bad decisions. Last game he did. Yeah, I see all the tabs in the NBA. The NBA has postponed the Chicago Bulls next 2 games because they can't even put a team on the court. They can't even put a team on because they got 10 players out. Hey Shane, I see you here all the time. I think this is my first time speaking to you. Shane said, just my opinion. I think we need to run more 2 minute offense. It seems we are better at that. Dak, Shane, that's an excellent point because Dak has it really puts Dak in a real good rhythm over the years. If everybody know Dak in that 2 minute offense, he can move the ball. I've seen him score many a touchdowns, in a hurry up type offense. So that's not a bad thought at all, Shane. I agree with you. Let him operate sometime. Uh, Hello to everybody that's on Podbean. I'm trying to check your comments out. I don't see none. Uh, GP might say everyone is worried about that man and relying on the defense to win won't get us far. I don't know about that one, GP man 45. I've seen many of defenses carry a team to and win Super Bowls. Actually, that's what Tampa did last year. That defense caught fire and took them all the way, and they won the world championship. It wasn't Brady and all that kind of stuff. That defense turned it up 3 notches last year and won the Super Bowl. I'm not even gonna say anything about the old Baltimore Ravens, Ray Lewis's defense, who won two of them without a quarterback. So I don't know. Even though Joe Flacco got hot that year at the last minute, he did get hot, and that was big. But defenses can win you championships. It's no doubt about that. We done seen that too many times throughout the years. If you got a dominant defense, you can do some real damage. No question. No question. You can. So I don't know about that. That's where the word game manager comes into play. As long as you don't have an offense that mess it up, if you got a dominant defense, you can do some damage. If you can shut teams down, you got a shot at this. And I believe that we are getting ready to see a defense that is getting ready to. I mean, we shut them guys down yesterday. The only reason why they got back in the game, if you notice, is because they took the foot off the pedal. They were resting Parsons. Parsons didn't get in. They killed him out 2-3 series before he came back in when the game got tight. Randy Gregory was not in. They were just rolling with Armstrong and Basham. Those guys. That's the only reason why they got back in. As soon as they put him back in, guess what? Strip sack by Gregory, game over. I mean, come on. Which I didn't like anyway. Let them guys stay in. What? Don't rest Parsons. Keep Parsons out there. Let them go to work. I didn't like that at all. But defense can win. It's just a shame that if I can get this offense to go better than the 1 for 6 in the red zone, you really gonna see something. We supposed to score 40 points yesterday. We supposed to have scored at least 40. No question. We supposed to beat Washington brains in, which we were doing at first. I mean, it shouldn't even been that close. It shouldn't even been that close. I mean, they completely were lights out yesterday. The defense was. Uh, Travis says we're gonna have to rest Parsons when we win the division. Mm. Mm. Let me put it this way, Travis. I hate to be selfish, but he's still a rookie. You know, I don't think he need a rest. I see what you're saying, but that dog there got an engine that's gonna keep running. I don't. He all right. Zeke Elliott need rest. I'm still saying that need to rest him. Uh, Baby Tyron Smith. Hopefully we can survive without Tyron Smith for a while. Don't let him back on the field, period, at all, until he's ready to play. If that means he's out for the next 5 weeks, so be it. We shouldn't be 0-5. Yeah, I can't. Tyron Smith needs to sit. Don't let him on the field until he's right. We'll need him later on. That's who need rest. Zeke Elliott, Tyron Smith. Those guys need rest. Those are the two. Parson is nothing wrong with that kid. Let him roll. Let him roll. Let's see if he can get the how many sacks he got? 12 now? Can he get 20? I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but good God. Can he get 20 sacks? I mean, I ain't worried about stats. I'm just saying with the way he going. He averaging almost 2 a game now. I mean, can he get to 20? I mean, let that kid roll. But hopefully we can get some type of real balance coming up. And hey, let's start it up against the Giants. The Giants don't belong. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there now. The Giants don't belong. We should beat their brains out too in their house. We should be getting ready to wrap this division up. We beat the Red. I almost called it. We beat Washington. We should beat the Giants, and then we supposed to beat Washington again. I'm sorry. Last thing, and I'll let you go. Saturday, I said, I just don't know. I know the pass rush is going to be there. I said, I only have one question. Can we stop the run? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we shut that run game down. And I know Gibson was one of the best running backs in the NFC. Matter of fact, he was leading the NFC. We shut them down. And they weren't like because they weren't trying. They ran the ball. They tried to. We shut that thing down. So I was very pleased with the run defense and LVE showing up. He looked like the wolf hunter. That was the first time I seen it all year. This thing is about to get crazy defensively. We should knock out these next 3 games. Without a doubt, if we win these next 2 games, the division should be over in the next two weeks. It should be over. And then, Tavis, then we can start talking about, okay, and let's keep this in mind. That also depends on where we are in seeding. Like, for instance, I know we're a couple games out of a home field, but let's just say that some kind of way we're 1 game behind. If we 1 game behind, please understand ain't nobody getting no rest. It's just the truth. If we're 1 game behind for home field, it ain't gonna be no rest because we chasing that then. Right now, if we 2 games out, I don't know what the score is right now because I'm not looking at Arizona and the Rams. But if Arizona slip in it and bring everybody back into play, Green Bay is gonna be excited. Tampa's gonna be excited, and we should be excited because that's gonna be a race for number 1. So the only way I'm resting guys is unless we can't get home field. Then I'll talk about it. But if we got a chance for home field, why not go for it? That's just my opinion. If we got a shot for home field, it's no rest. No rest. If all we can do is just lock up the division and get a home playoff game, and we can't get home field, then we start talking about rest. for some of these guys. That's the way I feel about it. All right. Giants. We supposed to take over New York City. Same way we took over DC. We're supposed to take over. I'm already putting off that. And last thing, this from the haters too. All y'all talked about is the guarantee. Well, guess what? The guys backed it up. So you notice ain't nobody talking about that before the game started. Y'all coach done wrote a check that the players can't cash. Oh yeah, they cashed it all right. Oh, they cashed it. You don't hear nobody talking about that. So the guys were ready to play. It is obvious. They were ready to play. They cashed the check. They backed up their coach, and they shut folks up. They shut Ron Rivera up. They shut him up. They shut up. I didn't see Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp and all them. I ain't even looked at it. But I guarantee you, they probably talking about how Dak played the second half rather than talking about how we destroyed people, how we destroyed their little offense. Washington could do nothing. Poor Tyler Henneke. Y'all keep in mind, Washington, look, Washington won 4 games in a row. Everybody was falling, everybody was, saying Washington hot. They ready. They can sneak back in this race until they saw their machine come at them, their defense come at them. Shut it down. Tyler Henneke looked like the second coming of Brett Favre almost. Just launching the ball, just going off. Tyler Henneke got 8 alive yesterday. Couldn't complete no passes. Running for his life. He got hit, and he got hit again. That's what Tyler Henneke got put out the game. We put him out the game. God bless him. I hope his injury is fine. But please understand, he ain't in no gigantic rush to fly to Dallas in a couple weeks because he already knows what's getting ready to happen to him again in a couple of weeks. He gonna get lit up. Just as simple. Look, and whoever the quarterback of the Giants, if it's Mike Glennon, I saw Daniel Jones walking around with a headset on and all that kind of stuff. He better keep his headset. Daniel Jones, somebody better tell him you might need to come back after this week. Don't put that jersey on this week. Trying to be a hero. Y'all ain't going nowhere but to the draft. You're in the top 10 in the draft. You ain't going nowhere. Just keep let somebody better tell Daniel Jones. Craig Burton, are you still on here? You a Giant fan. You need to email the Giants, send out a SOS or with a message in a bottle or something. And tell Daniel Jones, don't come into this game on Sunday. Send him a text or TikTok or whatever. DM him or whatever you got to do. Buy you a bullhorn like the Minnesota Vikings got one of them big old horns. Reach out, you blow into it. Just get it a Daniel Jones. Don't play Sunday. Because if you play Sunday, we're going to put him back with a headset. I'm just telling y'all. Look. Nobody don't want this. I told y'all if we get rid of him. Jones, don't look. God bless him. I hope Henneke comes back. I hope he's healthy with his family. But we got some killers on our team, man. We got some lethal guys that are real killers. That's trying to take your quarterback head off. They trying to put something on you. And I'm telling you now, Daniel Jones, I saw him this week. Had his nice haircut, looking like one of the guys off Happy Days with the fawns and all. Looking real smooth, They had little some type of Vaseline in his head. The hair wouldn't move. It was in New York. It just laid down. He looked good. He said Eric Jones is out. Okay. Tavis, okay. Tavis, no. Tavis say, let me stop. He said Jones is out. So that means Mike Glennon is in. Okay? Glennon, a veteran. All right. Okay. He been in the league a long time, okay? Somebody better look. Okay, look. Somebody better call Mike Glennon. You know, somebody better call Mike Glennon. Tell him, look, man, you close to retirement. You know, folks thought you were gonna retire. You might wish you were retired, was getting ready to come at you. Cause see, one thing about Daniel Jones can move. Mike Glennon can't move like that. You're a sitting duck. Okay. All I'm gonna say, I told you so. I mean, sacks. We get 5 last week. The Giants, let me see. The Giants' offensive line is not good. I think they're injured. You got a backup quarterback in Mike Glennon. Saquon is not the same. Okay. I'm gonna go on and put it out here now. I think we might get about 6 sacks Sunday. I ain't talking about the quarterback hits. I'm gonna go and put out and say we're gonna get about 6 sacks. I'm already calling. I'm not exaggerating. I think we're gonna get about 6 sacks on Sunday. This defense gonna light it up. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging with me for this amount of time. It's time to go to bed for some of y'all. I'm included. Got to go to work in the morning. I appreciate you. Before you leave, listen. If you want to become a uh, contributor of this podcast, or you like what I do, you want to support me in this fashion, there it is on your screen right there. Big Time Show 3.supercast.tech. You can see that right there. All you have to do is type that in, make a decision, and you can go there if you're on Podbean. All you have to do is touch that red bag there that you see. Click it, and you will have to make a decision there if you want to support the podcast. I would appreciate it. If not, listen, I appreciate you guys just hanging with me. This much. If you want to do it, there's another one. If you want to cash app, there it is. $, the Big Time Show. $, the Big Time Show. If not, don't worry about it. Just no pressure or nothing. It is what it is. This is not my source of income. Please understand that. But I have invested into this, my show. And I appreciate those that will support me in it at all. So there it is on that. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Listen, I will be with you guys on Saturday. I'll usually come on tomorrow, but I went ahead and came on tonight while everybody was still kind of hot about the show, the victory on Sunday. I'll be with you guys on Saturday, 3:00, as we get ready to go to New York City and take over New York, as we go ahead and pop the Giants again. And this time, they're going to see what the Cowboys really all about, because when we saw them earlier, they didn't get to see D-Law. They didn't get to see the Parsons that they're seeing now. They didn't get the chance to see all that. They didn't get to see Gallimore. They didn't get to see Tristan Hill when we played them the last time. So they're about to see something that they ain't seen before. A nightmare is coming to them. And hopefully this offense can go better than 1 for 6 in the red zone. Give me 3 for 6. I'm good. And of course, we'll take 6 for 6, but give me at least 3 for 6. Give me at least 50%. That's 21 points. Give me that. 1 for 6 is unacceptable with this type of offense. Give me at least 3 for 6. I'll take it. My defense will handle the rest. Give me at least 3 for 6 in the red, and when you get inside the 20. Now, of course, I'm going to take something outside the 20, but inside the 20, when we get that close, knocking on the door, We need to knock that door down. Knock the hinges off of it. Take the hinges off the door. Give me more than 1 for 6. I need 3 for 6. That's what I need. And we're going to go ahead and see what time it is after that. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. My brothers, E-Kush, Tavis is on here. Kevin was on here earlier. Talib, my guy that follows me, is on here. Shane, appreciate you, man. Come and hang with me. Kermit, all my people that support me. Listen, I appreciate you guys so very much. Coach Breed Love, appreciate you. My fraternity brother was on here. Howard, I was on here, and of course the conscious Kevin Curry. Appreciate all you guys for just popping in and hanging with me on tonight. You didn't have to do it, but you did, and I appreciate you guys so much. Until Saturday, let's go ahead and leave together, gentlemen. But y'all know how we leave. You may like Dak and have horrible. He may not have been on for however many weeks you may say or whatever. You may say that, everything going well. COVID got us. Tyron Smith been out. Zeke Elliott not right. But here's the bottom line, y'all. However way you want to look at it. You may not like the road, but guess what? Every road has led to a 9-4 record. Way better than it was last year. However way you want to draw it up, when you finish not being happy, or whether you are happy, it still all leads to this right now. We are 9-4. I'll take it. If we all would have asked, if you at this point ask every Cowboy fan, if you would have said, hey, you will be 9-4 at this point of the season, every Cowboy fan would have taken it. Now, how we got there, that's a different story. But the bottom line is, which is really all that counts, your record says who you are. And as of right now, 9-4 says we are one of the better teams in this league. Top 5, top 8, top 7, however you want to look at it. This is one of the better teams in the whole league. And until somebody knock us off again, I'm going to come back and say the same thing. It won't be this week. I'm trying to get to 10-4. 10-4. That's the goal. 10-4. Giants, you're on the clock. You're in trouble. You're in big trouble, Giants. I hope I get some Giant fans to come listen to me. Y'all in trouble. Ooh-wee. Y'all in trouble. All right, I'm gone. Y'all know how we leave. Come on, put your hands together. Let's go ahead and clap our way and celebrate. It's Victory Monday, y'all. We won. We won, y'all. We got a right to celebrate. We 9-4, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get to 10 wins. It's coming up. This is, see y'all Saturday, the Big Time Show. Put your hands together. Woo! Bean. Put your hands together, Bean.